Hey everybody, welcome back to Give Me Just a Second. There. So much better. Everybody keeps asking about the apron because I keep forgetting it. It's been super dirty, so it was clean. So now it works, and you can tell my dog's been getting close to it because she keeps shedding these really long gray hairs that I don't know where she keeps them at. That's the thing. So this one is from a person that I met in Houston, named Michelle. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. This is an Ecuadorian dish. It's supposed to be amazing. I couldn't remember all of it because it's been a couple of days. So I looked up like a different version. So the one she gave me sounds amazing. We're going to try it, and I'm going to have to text it here because we're broke, and that's how we're doing it. So hopefully this is going to be great. I don't know how to pronounce it, and I will mutilate it if I try. So it's this fancy lentil stuff. It's supposed to be amazing. I'm excited to try it. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe to all the YouTube stuff. Ring the little bell in that corner to get notifications when we do these. Like that, as close to Tuesdays and Fridays as possible. And also there's a link down in the doobly-doo for our merch, like a aforementioned apron, fake hands, pot holders, spoon, spatula flipper, that kind of neat stuff. Shut up. Fucking TikTok. And let's just get into the food. Alright, so it's relatively simple here. You're going to want whatever rice you're going to serve your stuff with yourself. And then the biggest part of this is your lentils. It's only going to need a cup of this. This is way more than we're going to need, but that's what I had to go buy. You're going to need some garlic. It said 1 clove, but I'm going to use as much as possible. You're going to need a little bit of butter, mostly just to cook your eggs later if you feel like putting them on there. So that's the only reason I need the butter. I'm going to use raisins. It's 3 to 4 slices of bacon, man. They gave me a weird measurement, but just use 3 slices thing. 2 decent tomatoes. You're going to need a cup of sliced and diced tomatoes. Same thing for a red onion. I'm going to use about half of that. And then cilantro, it only called for like a teaspoon, but I use a lot of that, just as much as I do as garlic, because I don't have the soap gene. Shout out to my people that have soap gene that can't eat it. So salt and pepper, just the taste. I use a lot of pepper, very little salt. The Herbes de Provence, remember, if it's not from the province area of France, then it's just sparkling weed bits. And then some cumin, okay? Then if you want to do a little bit of spice, you can add cayenne pepper. I don't have any on me, so that's just, I thought I had it. But I have some smoked chipotle, what I'm going to use. Or you can just use chili powder. It's up to you. Again, the pepper part is completely optional. I know a lot of people that don't do spice, so that's fine. Just don't do that. But that's all you need, man. And then fried eggs for the top. So that's what you can do it. So first things first, let's watch our fruit and veg and then skin our garlic and onion. So onion's been kind of skinned, but it's super slippery, so you got to be careful. The garlic is pretty good, and it's off to the side. So I got me a plate. That's just what I'm going to use to stage it. Get you a knife, sharp knife. Shout out to Andy. Thank you very much. And then, be very careful with this. This damn thing was so slimy after I pulled all the skin off. Mine went a little too deep, okay? So don't worry about the big flappy bits there, but you want to just cut it in half. Alright, the flappy bit's just getting in the way. And then cut it down again, holding it by the wide end. Be very careful with your fingers when doing this. Basically, you're just trying to dice it down as small as possible. Alright, so I gave it as many as I can that way, and then stack them back up. Get that little flappy part out of there. And then you're going to cut them lengthwise and then widthwise, right? One way and then the other way. Just trying to make little squares out of them. This is a bit more than a cup, but I don't mind, mostly just because it's feeding me. Now your garlic, you can take each individual slice with your big sharp knife and slice them down. Again, be very careful with your fingers. Cut them one way, cut them the other. Or you can just wad them all up. I'm going to use this entire bulb of garlic because I'm just that guy. Again, it only called for 3 cloves, so that's up to you. But just take these and slice them down. You don't want giant chunks of garlic. Like, I'm a garlic fanatic, absolutely love it. But you don't want to just bite a giant hunk of garlic, so just cut that down. Again, your cilantro, just kind of wad it up. I'm only going to give it about half a cup worth of that, and that's good. Tomatoes, same thing. Just have them, quarter them, and then lay them sideways, and then quarter them again. I mean, you can do a sketch of them beforehand if you feel like. That way they can be drawn and quartered, but that's absolutely up to you. So to both of your tomatoes this way, and this is what your plate's going to look like. This is just my staging plate. Be sure to keep them separate. Now, the bacon you can slice before, or I'm going to show you a neat kitchen hack. Get you a decent-sized pot that you're going to cook this in, medium to small, right? And then get you some scissors. Some people say they're kitchen shears. I got yelled at for doing that, but she's not around anymore. So, yeah, just kitchen shears, or just get you a pair of scissors, and then just cut it into small pieces. That way you don't have to skin them out, pull them apart, all that kind of stuff. You want to put it on the heat, about medium high. Get you a wooden spoon, kind of knock it around. Now, the recipe said to cook these until they're burnt. I mean, crispy, whatever. While you're doing that, you need to go rinse 1 cup of lentils. So just put them in a cup, run some water on them, kind of run it around, and then drain out the water without losing the lentils. See, that's what they look like. It's just a little more shiny, I guess. So let your bacon get in there, start cooking. I still use mine when it's still about halfway wiggly. So do that. Go ahead and add your garlic and then your onion. So I'm going to show you how deft I am at this. This is horrible. I'm just filling time at this point. And then all of that onion, okay? Now you're going to cook that down till it starts to wilt a little bit. Then we're going to add our tomatoes later, okay? So get your wooden spoon, keep it as a decent stir. That bacon grease is kind of cooking in there. Again, you're going to keep it about medium. It's about 5 out of 10 or out of 9 that we're doing it here. And once it starts to wilt just a little bit, not completely, then we're going to go ahead, and it should take about 3 to 5 minutes to get it to that stage. Then go ahead and add the tomatoes, just the tomatoes. Going to put it in there and start cooking those down. Once that garlic and onion gets in there, it's going to get fragrant. It's going to start smelling great. The whole house is going to be awesome. But once it breaks down to this point where everything's wilted, cooked through, the onions are almost see-through, this is where you want to add the rest of your stuff, okay? So go ahead and throw in your cilantro if you're adding it. Again, it's optional. I know people have the soap gene, and I pray for you every time I get a chance. Go ahead and add that whole 1 cup of lentils that you rinsed earlier. They kind of stick to the bowl, so it takes a little while. A spatula is good, or just a big, goony-looking mitt to just rub them in there. Make sure you wash your hands before you do this. Give it a little stir, put it in here, and then you want to add all your dries and then your wets, okay? So you want to get a teaspoon of your herbs de Provence, which has got all kind of weird stuff in there. I've never used that before, so that's absolutely brand new to the arsenal. And then the same thing for your cumin, a whole teaspoon of that. And then pepper, it's whatever you see fit. I'm going to put about 3/4 to half a teaspoon of this. I'm using the chipotle stuff. You can use cayenne is what is actually called for, or just chili pepper, that's fine. It's to the point like this wasn't enough. It gave it just a mild taste, but no heat whatsoever. Then you want to add 3 cups of water. Just go ahead and put those right on top. That's 2, and then 3, boom, and just movie magic. And get it in there. It doesn't look like enough, but those beans will absorb it. And then we're going to bring this to a boil, all right? Give it a nice stir. Make sure those herbs are nice and mixed in with the water and stuff, that the water has reached to the bottom. And then we're just going to start bringing that to the boil. Now, while you're doing that, we want to go ahead and add and start cooking our rice in the back. And if you want to add salt and pepper, here's your chance. Let it cook in a little bit, or you can just let people season it by themselves. I'm the one eating it, so I just went ahead and salt and peppered it here. A little bit of salt, a whole bunch of pepper. Okay? Again, just prepare your rice on a different burner. However the rice is, we have videos on that up here. Sure, Jack will put them up in the top corner. Right? And then, so you want to do that. So once it starts boiling, you want to go ahead and turn it down to about 1 or 2, almost simmer. Cover it and let it cook for 30 to 35 minutes or until the lentils are soft. This is about halfway through. This is where our rice just got pulled off and is sitting and finishing. So we're going to do that, and then while we're doing that, in the last 5 to 10 minutes, we're going to cook some fried eggs on that same little burner. If you luck out and you have an extra skillet or a little small one, boom, like this one. I got some cast irons, and then I got this one. I think I got it at a garage sale or like Dead People. Use butter to cook your eggs. Don't drop it into your damn lentil stuff and keep burning the crap out of yourself to fetch it out. I'm sorry, that was the dumbest thing ever, but I had to leave it in the edit, let y'all know that I just reached for it with my hand. Like more than I ever should have. Like more than once. It just makes me silly. Alright, cover it up. Let it keep cooking that last 10 minutes. Once it's done, we're going to give it a stir. Make sure your lentils are nice and soft. Like I said, it only took about 25 minutes to get this done at a low heat at 1 or 2 after we cooked it, right? We brought it to a boil, turned it down. So you can kill it from the heat, cover it, and set it to the side. You get your rice, and then finish your fried egg. Put your fried egg on top of it. And, just... And sunny side up always looks good in pictures of the stuff I've seen. I'm absolutely horrible at sunny side up. So, yeah, that's what this took. Again, Michelle was at the Walmarts, and we were talking about food and stuff. She was helping me out. She gave me this. I hope this is the right thing. I hope I didn't screw it up too much. I hope I didn't insult you by doing the recipe wrong. But this turned out well. This seems to hold up really well for what you all... food prep, stuff like that for the week. It's not a lot of fat and meat. There's only like 3 pieces of meat, which is optional. You can use olive oil instead of bacon and turn this into a vegetarian thing. Leave the egg out as well. This works really well. It tastes really good. This, with just the 1 cup of lentils, made enough to feed 3 to 6 people, depending on how many eggs you put on it. The egg really helps stretch it, really puts that protein and stuff in there. So, man, this is going to be one of my new favorites. I very much enjoy this. I want to cook this for my fighting guys. So, y'all got to try this. Let me know how it turns out, man. Holy crap. And there you have it, folks. That turned out really well. I can't pronounce it. And again, shout out. Thank you very much, Michelle, for giving me that and stopping me at Walmart and letting me talk about everything, because this is amazing. If I didn't do it right, let me know. I will revisit this one. This one turned out really great. I'm really into it. So let me know. That goes for everybody out there. If you want to let me know how wrong I did it, what I need to do in a thing, or if I need to revisit it and use some other ingredients, let me know. Put it down in the comments. That's what they're there for. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. We're at all those under Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. Instagram, and in between, we had to shorten it down over there. Me, Osway Nerdy, I'm on all of those, including Twitter and over on TikTok. Usually I'm just talking nerd stuff, either painting miniatures or action figure collecting or whatever. But if you just want to find out what's going on in my brain, that's where I'm at. I will see y'all next time. I'm going to go eat some more of this. Y'all please be safe.